Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Amirul Asyraf bin Muhammad Maznan. Number metric 207833. I'm a student of University Putra Malaysia.
My name is Hafidz bin Khairul. My metric number is 207721. Okay.
Today me and my friend Hafidz will be giving a talk about effects of water pollution. There are two types of water pollution. There are two types. There are two effects of water pollution that the both of us will be talking about. The first will be effects on marine and coastal ecosystems, while the other one will be effects on human and terrestrial organisms. Alright then, I will go first. So I will be explaining the effects on marine and coastal ecosystems. Alright, the first type of pollution that occurs in marine and coastal ecosystems would be the pollution of plastic, paper, and nylon, and a few other man-made products. The reason these things are considered pollution is because if ingested, this, for example, if a sea turtle ingests plastic, it will cause indigestion and will eventually cause starvation. The other is if any kind of animals were to be entangled, for example, again, as you can see the sea turtle, if they get entangled in the plastic, it will cause suffocation and eventually drowning. Now, the other thing that the other effect of plastic, paper, nylon, yada yada yada, is if you find a high amount of this pollution in a certain habitat, for example, in a reef or for example, in a coral reef, that coral reef will eventually be destroyed. Why, you ask? Well, this is due to the high amount of toxin released by those plastics, those papers, those nylons when they decay. Now we'll be going to the next pollution, which is oil spills. Oil spills, as we all know, has a few effects on marine and coastal ecosystems. The first being is that it prevents light from passing through the sea surface to the seafloor. That prevents any plants on the seafloor from receiving sunlight. The other is that it prevents oxygen from diffusing into the water. If you want to know the reason why this is bad, is, well, fish also uses oxygen. So, and seawater doesn't really replenish oxygen by itself. By cutting off one of the main source of oxygen for these fishes, for these plants, for any kind of creature under the sea, it will it would actually be considered homicide. So next is that, as we all of course know, is that it destroys the water repellency of birds, of animals, such as seabirds and also otters. Unlike our hair, where it gets wet easily and really hard to dry if left by itself, otter's fur and also seabirds' feathers are actually much more water repellent. Yes, they can get wet, but because of the high water repellency, the water can be easily dried out, unlike our own hair. And last but not least, the final effect of oil spill pollution is uh, it affects biology and also the growth of fishes or any kind of sea creatures. I'll be honest, this is one of the few effects of oil spills that even I myself just learned this recently, which is that it actually inhibits the growth of fishes. Sometimes it enhances the growth of fishes, and it may also affect the behavior of those fishes. Yeah, I guess that is actually self-explanatory. I'll just leave it at that. Now I'll give the presentation to my friend Hafiz. Please, Hafiz.
I will continue with my presentation on water pollution effects on human and terrestrial organisms. Okay, as we can see in the slide, so the first one is contaminated water may spread disease. So water pollution that create the contaminated water, and the contaminated water will contain bacteria and whatsoever that may spread the disease. So the example of one of the example that waterborne disease is cholera. So there's a report from outbreak in Haiti. It showed that uh, cholera there, the outbreak cholera can't be controlled if the people can't get access to clean water. Okay, because the clean water is very safe and not contaminated, so it will slow down the breakdown of the outbreak of cholera. Okay, so my next point is water scarcity, right? So water scarcity may lead to death. So according to World Wildlife Organization, 1.1 billion people didn't get access to clean water, right? To water. And at least 2.7 billion people find water scarce at least 1 month per year, right? That's very huge number. Okay. So what is the cause? What is uh, the cause for the water pollution? So the scientists research and they got this due to water pollution. This the cause of water pollution is from the pesticides and fertilizers that wash away from farms, the untreated human waste, and the industrial waste. So to sum up, my friends have been said about the effects of water pollution on marine ecosystem. So me, it affects on human and terrestrial organism. So in conclusion, if there is no water left on the earth, it means there is nothing left in the world, right? So that's all from us. Thank you.